Alright boys, so with Most Feared Part 3, we saw the final drop of all 20 Most Feared Champions. And if you guys know me, then you know we're coming in here and ranking all 20, 1 through 20. I will say there is a few ways to get these Most Feared Champions for free. The big one by coming in here and exchanging Fear. You can either get a B&D or one that is auctionable. If you've already claimed these, don't worry. We're ranking all the champions, so just use this as a best champion to add to your team list. Now, when we make these videos, we don't include the limited times. They're not champions, but we will give, all the limited times their moment to shine at the end of the video. It's going to be a long one, so I'm just going to stop yapping and let's just dive into the worst Most Feared Champion. So the worst Most Feared Champion has not changed since part 1 of this promo's drop. It is that 5'9" free safety in a high ball meta, Antoine Winfield. 5'9". Fellas, for reference, I'm 5'11". I am taller than Antoine Winfield. Now, yes, this dude is probably, he is 17 times more athletic than me. He can have that, but I have 2 inches on him, so shout out me. 89 speed, 89 excel, 90 tackle, 83 man coverage, 90 zone. All right, we'll give him that, but 84 hit power, 5'9". It's a high ball meta. After 10 yards, your opponent is just chucking the ball to the sky. Any half-decent wide receiver is going to head tap this boy. Every time. You cannot be caught using this card. There is a reason he is one of the cheapest, most feared, and just 90 overall cards in general, and it is because he is not good. Now, if you're a Buccaneers fan and you can get him up to 90 speed, alright, but just know he is so against the meta that he is going to get metaed on every single snap somebody sees him out there. If I'm playing and I see Antoine Winfield back there, I am throwing tight end streaks the entire game. So don't be that guy. Please don't use this card. There are so many good free safeties in a similar price range. You don't need to use this player. All right, so moving on to number 19, and this card really hurts me. It's Tom Brady. Now, I get it. Tom Brady is not a fast player whatsoever. He can still dunk, though, so that's kind of chill. But, 72 speed. Now, the last times we've made this video, Tom Brady was fairly high up, or not fairly high up, but he wasn't second to last, and that was because he was the only quarterback with the drop. Well, with part 3, we saw Lamar Jackson, and well, Lamar Jackson is basically Tom Brady, but just with turbo boost, so he is significantly better. Brady, 72 speed, of course, that's why this card is just falling down the list. 90 throw power is solid, really good accuracies, 90 throw under pressure, 82 throw on the run, and 87 play action pass. 6'4", 225 pounds is a good build for a quarterback, but 72 speed, I don't care if you're the most pocket passing player in the game. You need some agility and some speed on your quarterback to move up in the pocket. You're going to have to escape. Offensive line isn't perfect in this game. So having a quarterback with some speed, it's kind of a necessity. He does get Gunslinger for 4 AP, which if you're going to run an ability on your quarterback, it is the best one to run. I don't think you need it, but Tom Brady, number 19. This one kind of hurts. Next up, we got a player that EA did so unbelievably disrespectfully dirty. It's Nico Collins. For whatever reason, they gave this Nico Collins 89 speed. He is the cheapest part 3 player we've seen. And it makes sense. This part dropped yesterday. This card came out yesterday, and typically when cards drop, they're so much more expensive than cards we already have in the game when it comes to the same promo. That is not the case with Nico Collins. Reason being, he is the worst wide receiver we have in this entire promo. I would rather use some 89s, 88s, and 87s before I used this Nico Collins. Now, the only thing this card has going for him, he is 6'4", high ball meta. But at this point and at the same price point, go get Randy Moss, who, well, he is very high up on today's video. Nico Collins, 89 speed, 88 jump, 90 catch, 90 short, 89 medium, 88 deep route running. I just don't understand what EA thought they were doing. And then after the catch, he's terrible. 71 juke, 66 spin. He does have 80 ball carrier vision, 85 change of direction, but 89 speed? When we saw the Randy Moss revealed and he had 89 speed, we laid it into EA. They changed his speed. We tried to do the same thing to Nico Collins, and they left him at 89. This card, don't use him. There are, 4 wide receivers in this promo, and every single one of them is better than Nico. Next up at number 17, it's Patrick Ricard. It's not a bad card. Do not get that twisted. If you want to use Patrick Ricard, go for it. It's just a fullback, and who is that excited for a 6'3", 305-pound, 85 speed fullback? He does have good blocking stats, 91 run blocking, but At the end of the day, Christian Okoye is in this season's Field Pass. We also had a free Mike Allstott from Season 1. There's a Mike Tolbert as a team captain. There are a lot of free fullbacks in the game. Some of them get all 32 team chems. That, like, why would you come in here, spend coins, and use Patrick Ricard? I don't know anybody that's, like, a major Patrick Ricard fan in my life, but if you are, go get the card. But besides that, you don't need him. All 32 team chems on Mike Tolbert's team captain card. So if you want to go, use a Ravens theme team. I also believe he played for the 49ers. I could be wrong here. No, just Ravens. Still, you don't need this card. It's a fullback. Positional value does matter. All right, so number 16. This one is like, I mean, it's Nick Chubb. I wanted this Nick Chubb card to be better when I saw we got a Nick Chubb teased by Muttley, because I was like, oh my god, let's freaking go. Nick Chubb's back. He's playing real football again. We have so many better running backs in the game. It's actually unbelievable. Again, the speed. For me, speed it's the most important stat. Like, a card that's kind of mid everywhere else can be higher up on a video like this because he has one speed faster than the average. Well, Nick Chubb has one speed slower than the average. He's got decent stats everywhere else, like 91 truck, 89 break tackle, 88 change of direction. He's very situational. If you run a Browns theme team, by all means, go get Nick Chubb. But for the average Madden player, just go pick up Legend Fred Taylor, 90 overall. Any of the Angry Runs players, they're going to perform better than Nick Chubb. Next up, we got Demario Davis. Now, if you guys have played Madden Ultimate Team for a while, typically Demario Davis gets these champion cards, and it's usually dead last. They're usually really bad. Few reasons: he's usually just really slow, really clunky, usually linebacker, middle linebackers to be specific, aren't usable. Well, middle linebackers are usable, therefore Demario Davis is kind of middle of the pack on today's video. Like, from right here and up are cards that I would, like, honestly go and pick them up if you want them. For the first, like, 5 we talked about, you don't need to get them. But from Demario Davis and up, these are players that I actually like. Somebody had to come in at 15. Demario Davis, he's a middle linebacker. We have better middle linebackers in the game. We have a lot of really acceptable middle linebackers. Demario Davis falls into that category of, like, good, not great, and therefore he's coming in at number 15. Like I said, it's a good card. 89 speed, 88 excel, 90 tackle, 86 hit power, 86 zone, 83 block shed. 6'2" does hurt the card a little bit. We have a few 6'4" middle linebackers. Shout out Troy Anderson, who have similar stats, I guess. I think they play better because they're taller. At the end of the day, it's a middle linebacker. You want to go with Demario Davis. I don't hate it whatsoever. I'm sure this card is playing great for you, but I just think we have better players in the game, especially at this promo. Speaking of a card that fell off this list a little bit, it's Max Crosby. He's not a bad card whatsoever. We just got an absolute demigod at edge rushing from a champion at part 3. Max Crosby specifically, though, really good. 88 speed, 89 excel, 89 tackle, 89 block shed, 84 power move, did knock him down the list a little bit, but 90 finesse move, a decently well-rounded card. 88 speed off your edge is god tier. He's also not selling for that many coins. Really good value here. 6'5", 255 pounds. Now, all of these cards do get 3 ability buckets. We're not diving too deep into the abilities. These abilities aren't driving Madden right now. Now, obviously, there are some, abilities you should be using. We have videos talking about that, so we're not going to talk about that right now. But just know, like, he gets abilities. You don't need to use them, especially on your defensive line. Again, though, 88 speed, 6'5", Max Crosby. Really good card. Number 13, I got Champ Bailey. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Now, when we made this video all the way back in part 1, I'm pretty sure I had Champ Bailey at number 1. Times have changed. We've gotten some really good players, and, well, Champ Bailey, he's fallen down. 90 speed, 91 man, 83 zone coverage. Now, to be a top-tier player in this promo, like I said, really good promo, really good cards, you have to be well-rounded. Where in this card is he well-rounded? Everywhere except his zone coverage. Now, if you're somebody who runs 0 zone coverage, I don't know why you would do that unless you have an absolute demigod squad, and if that's the case, go get Champ Bailey. But on the typical Madden player is not running 0 zone. He cannot play zone coverage for you. 90 speed, 91 man, 90 press. He doesn't get pick artist as well. Pick artist being one of the best abilities in the game. Like I said, I'm not going to mention them unless they don't get something that's really good. And for whatever reason, you need 77 catching. Champ Bailey has 68 catching. So for those 2 reasons alone, he's fallen down today's video. Not a bad card whatsoever. I use this Champ Bailey card. I do run a Commander's theme team. Shout out the Bobby Wagner jersey today, but still, Champ Bailey coming in at number 13. Damn, we're moving through this list fast. Or maybe we're not. I actually don't have the time up on how long we have been recording. Number 12, though, Antonio Gates. This Gates card is interesting. Now, he is good. Do not get that twisted, but the fact that we got George Kittle, the people's tight end, who is basically wide receiver 1 and tight end 1 on the same drop, he had to fall down. When I mean same drop, I mean same time frame. Gates, though, as a card, really good. 6'4", high ball meta. Shout out the high ball meta. 89 speed, 90 catch, 87 catch in traffic, 91 short, and 89 medium route running. Now, a few ways this Gates card could be pushed up a little bit higher. One, if he was like 6'6", if he had Gronkowski's build, yeah, he would be higher. Two, if they gave him half-decent run blocking. Run blocking, it doesn't really matter on your tight ends, but it does a little bit. And, 62 is not respectable at all. So, for those reasons, Gates coming in at number 12. We got Will Shields coming in next at number 11. It's a right guard. There's not much I really have to say about it. It's not a top 10 player. It's a right guard, 89 strength, good blocking all around. He is a little bit shorter than you would like on your guards. Taking a look at his speed. Speed does matter on guards because they actually pull. 51 speed is kind of shitty. So, keep that in the back of your mind if you're looking to drop a bag on an offensive lineman. I don't think Will Shields should be your guy unless you're on a Chiefs theme team. He is a top 11 player from this promo, but it's a right guard. I mean, come on. Top 10 is when this list really turns up. At number 10, a player that I was trying to rank higher because I really like this card. I just simply couldn't. It's Darrelle Revis. Again, really good player, and I think this just shows volume to how good this promo in general has been. I know Most Feared has had its fair share of letdowns, but in general, a lot of these champion players we got top tier. I think that shows in a ranking video like this where this card, Darrelle Revis, on a normal promo would be the best player coming in at number 10. Looking at his stats, really good. The only knock I have on him is why he's falling down, that height. 5'11", and 198 pounds. He's not the best DB we saw in this promo. He's also a little bit on the shorter side. Anything under 6 feet on the defensive back position, I'm like, all right, that is a little bit too small. And he's just basically a worse Denzel Ward, the Warden AKA card. Now, taking a look at Darrelle Revis' stats, 90 speed, 90 man, 89 zone, and 86 press. Really good, but 5'11", 198. And like I said, he's basically an AKA Denzel Ward, but just like a little bit worse. Number 9 and number 8 are tied. It's Jamar Chase and Deebo Samuel. They're basically the exact same card. I'm going to have Jamar Chase come in at number 9. He's on a little bit worse of a theme team. Deebo Samuel is on the 49ers theme team. One of the best theme teams in the game, so we'll give him that edge. But these cards are basically Control-C, Control-V copies of each other. 90 speed, 89 jump, 91 spec, 90 short, 90 medium, and 88 deep route running. 6 foot, 201 pounds. After the catch, Jamar Chase, honestly, not as good as I think he should be. 89 juke is cool, but like 82 spin, I don't know. Have you watched Jamar Chase play football? 84 ball carrier vision. I don't know what EA thinks they're doing with that one. And then here is Deebo Samuel. Like I said, they are the exact same card. Same height, same speed. Deebo Samuel has a little bit worse deep route running, but like I said, he's on a better theme team. He also does have 90 juke, 86 spin, so again, better after the catch, but they're basically the exact same card. Next up at number 7, we got a card that I'm actually excited to have this high up. It's DeForest Buckner. I am usually not a defensive tackle heavy person. I usually put DTs towards the end of these type of videos because it's not an important position group to me. Unless you have a 6'7" demigod with 81 speed. Holy. Defensive tackles, the big boys in the middle, they should not have 81 speed. There are like 3 DTs in the game with 81 speed, and they're all significantly way too many coins or Mean Joe Green. And DeForest Buckner, wow. 81 speed, 92 block shed, 92 tackle, 88 finesse move, 80 power move. All right, but 6'7", basically 300 pounds. He's got the size threshold you want. This card is going to cause issues. Now, inside stuff is not what it used to be. He does get it. I don't think you need to run it right now. It does cost way too many AP, but it's there. He gets it. DeForest Buckner, 6'7", coming in at number 7. All right, so next up, number 6, we got a Commander legend, Trent Williams. It's a left tackle. I don't want to touch too much on it. I do think he's significantly better than Will Shields. I do value the tackle position a little bit more than guards as well. Good card, 6'5", 320 pounds, big boy off the edge, 88 pass blocking, 90 run blocking, 87 strength, 72 jumping. What's his speed at? 64. It's a good tackle card. I mean, there's not much I can say. Is he a top 5 most feared player? No, but I do think he is top 6. All right, but the top 5 has some of the best cards in the entire game. At number 5, Von Miller. Von Miller could be a top 3 player. I just don't value the defensive line as much as the next guy. So here he is. Taking a look at this card, this is basically a limited time Micah Parsons, just a little bit worse. Limited time or LTD Micah Parsons was selling for 1.8 million coins for 2 weeks. If you guys stay up to date with the market, that is not normal. That is because that card was that good. Well, then EA decided to drop this demigod Von Miller. 89 speed. 89 speed, not 87 speed. 89 speed, 85 excel, 89 tackle, 90 block shed, 90 finesse move, 83 power move. But once again, 89 speed, Von Miller, say less, sign me up. This card's a dog. 6'3", 250 pounds, not the biggest guy, but 89 speed. That is the same speed as Nico Collins, who we saw drop on the exact same day. Don't get me started on this, but EA, who is faster, Von Miller, Nico Collins? Von Miller, Nico Collins, they're tied in Madden. I don't get it, but Von Miller's a really good card. Number 4, I got Virginia Tech legend, Cam Chancellor. Good card, 6'3", 90 speed. The only issue I have with this card is that man coverage, but to be honest, if you're picking up this Cam, just user on him. 91 hit power, 89 zone, 90 speed. He needs to be in the box. You can toss him out, toss him back there, and he can get the job done. But I recommend you guys user on this Cam. He's got good height. He's got good speed. He's got great hit power. It's a safety, so you know he's going to have good change of direction. You know he's going to move better than a linebacker, to be honest, but he is good. The only issue, the 77 man, you can't just toss him back there on an island, man coveraged up. I don't think most people would with this card, but still, insane card. That man is a little bit lower than I would like it to be, but 90 speed, 91 hit power, I'm in. It's top 3 time. At number 3, I got Jalen Johnson. Yeah, Jalen Johnson, the defensive back. If you guys know me, I say the defensive back position is the most important position group in the game, except when it came to the most feared promo, because I might have let some biases step in. This card is insane for a champion. 90 speed, 88 man, 91 zone, 89 press, 6 foot, 196 pounds. We've talked a lot about this card over the last few weeks, so I don't want to dive too deep into it. I will say he does not get pick artist, which sucks. He only has 76 catching. But fellas, you don't need a run pick artist. It's good, but it's not a requirement. This card, he is so well-rounded. A 6 feet tall, 90 speed, 88 man, 91 zone coverage. DB, DBU, Jalen Johnson, stud. And number 2, at number 2, you could make the argument either way. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, I don't know if he's the best quarterback in the game. I told you guys last night in my updates video I was going to try him out, and I'll let you guys know. I ended up not playing any Madden last night. It was Halloween. I ended up having a good time. But this card is good. 90 speed, 89 throw power, 90 short, 88 medium, 87 deep. Best release in the game, in my opinion. The only concern people do have with this card, the 89 throw power, Andrew Luck, who is probably known as the best quarterback in the game, does have 91, but still. He gets Gunslinger if you want it. Lamar, he's good. I want to use this card. I haven't used him yet. Like I said, I lied. I'm sorry. That's on me. I'll take that one on the chest. But stud, second best most feared player. But I do think the best most feared card we got in the entire promo, Mr. Randy Moss, where are ya? My favorite NFL wide receiver of all time. Could I be a little bit biased towards Randy Moss? Maybe. I have a signed jersey hung up at my room at home. I don't care. I love Randy Moss. I love Randy Moss cards. 91 speed, 88 short, 90 medium, 90 deep, 6'4", 210 pounds. When they revealed this card, he had 89 speed. Then EA juiced him up, and I have not been more happy with EA when I saw this. This is one of the best things they've ever done. This is the best most feared champion. 20 champions, here's number 1. And fellas, I got a feeling this is going to be a long one, so if you guys like this video, go down there and drop a like. Means the world to me and shows me that you guys genuinely like what I do. Now, before we get out of here, let's go over there and take a look at the limited times. If you guys haven't been watching my updates video, we talk about the market and the most expensive cards every single night. So I've talked about these cards a lot over the last few weeks, but we'll talk about them individually quickly. Bijan Robinson, he's worse than Alvin Kamara, and he's selling for like 300k less than Kamara. If you want Bijan Robinson, but you have enough coins for Kamara, just go get Kamara. Tavon Austin, the card sucks. He's going to be the cheapest. He's 5'8". Tariq Woolen, best defensive back in the game, but not worth 2 million coins. He only has 90 speed. The fact that they didn't juice him up to 91 makes some sense. They had to nerf the card a little bit, but like 6'4", 90 speed, it's a really good player. Micah Parsons is finally coming back down to planet Earth. Shout out Von Miller. Good player. You should have sold him off for 1.8. Nick Bolton, he will be more expensive than Tavon Austin. I just think it's because he's in packs right now. And also, he's 5'11". It's not great. It's not great at all, but it's a 90 speed user. AJ Brown's a player in the game who I like, but not at 1.1 mil. Chris Jones, never spend 1.2 million coins on a defensive tackle. He's cool, but it's a defensive tackle. Terrell Suggs, not great. And then Evan Ingram, way too... He's too cheap, but like it's because George Kittle dropped, and George Kittle is just better than Evan Ingram. Fellas, that is everything we got. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you boys back here tonight with an updates video, but until then, I love you guys. Peace. Have a good one.